an attorney from here in Montana. So good to see you, David. How are you?
It's so good to be here. It's so awesome to be on RSBN. I love watching RSBN, and it's an honor that you'd be interviewing me.
Well, thank you. Glad you love us. We love everyone in Montana, too. Talk about the atmosphere tonight, how great this is for the state.
The atmosphere is incredible. It feels like a rock concert. Montana is so in favor of Donald Trump. The only reason that Jon Tester wins in this state to the U.S. Senate is because he lies to the people, and he's backed up by the media, and he pretends to be a conservative. He pretends to fight against the Democrats. And if you want open borders, then vote for Jon Tester. But I'm a fifth-generation Montanan. My family homesteaded in Montana in the 1890s, and I'm going to do everything I can to save this state and this country.
Yes, and I can tell you're very enthusiastic about it. You're speaking from the heart. And everyone here that I spoke to today feels the same way that you do. Because, yes, we're here to support President Trump, but here in Montana, there are some Senate and state representative seats up for grabs, or House seats up for grabs, I should say, that are very important in this election. Let's talk about those seats.
So the congressional seats are incredibly important, but actually in Montana, we have a really big problem with our Supreme Court because our Supreme Court is invalidating all of the laws that our legislature is passing, including voter ID, bans on ballot harvesting. They actually had paid ballot harvesting and said that has to be allowed in this state. We have paid ballot harvesting in this state. Even though the Montana legislature and the Montana governor said, no, we don't want it, our Supreme Court said you have to allow it. So we have paid ballot harvesting here.
That's scary.
It's horrible, and I'm doing everything I can to fight against it. I'm live streaming on Twitch at LCTRfan, LCTRfan. I'm on Montana Talks Radio, and I'm a private practice litigator attorney where I'll sue anybody if they want to try to mess with our stuff. I'll defend our election integrity laws in court if it takes it. I'll do whatever it takes.
Well, I love the fight in you. It's because of people like you that we keep fighting because we feed off of each other, and so people here want to fight as well. How important, going back to the congressional seats, because that's a big reason why President Trump is here tonight. How important is that for Montana? Because we just need a few more seats to take the Senate, and Montana could be that state to help us do that.
Yeah, I think the people of Montana recognize that Donald Trump is going to win this state, and so we're focused on Jon Tester and defeating these Democrats in these other congressional races, which they're radicals. They're all radicals. They just lie and pretend they're not radicals, but they really are. You know, deep down, they're really radicals. These are people that support Kamala Harris. They want to get rid of fossil fuels. They want to mandate electric vehicles. They want to force inappropriate topics on little kids. They want to be, like, it's just crazy.
It really is crazy. And, you know, when you think of Montana, you think of this red state, which is great. You voted Trump in 2016, 2020. We know feeling very good about 2024. But when you talk about the issues that you're seeing here in the state, it's the same issues that are going on around the rest of the country. It's very scary to think that Montana is seeing those same issues.
It really is. And we just have the Democrats in here that they pretend to be Montana Democrats, and then they go to D.C. and they vote with the Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi and Kamala Harris, and then the mainstream media covers for them, which is why I value so much what you do and what I do on AM talk radio in Montana, you know.
And so we have to get the rhinos out of the office because they make these promises when they're campaigning, but they get to Washington and they vote with Kamala and they vote with your Pelosi's and they vote with Biden, and they're not voting for what the Montana people that they voted in. We are the people, they are serving us. And they forget about that when they get to Washington.
Oh, totally. And, I mean, even Kamala Harris is now completely 180'd on all of her positions. All we have to do, I think, as Republicans and conservatives, is go back and roll the tape from 2020 when Kamala, remember that in that debate when they asked, raise your hand if you want the American taxpayer to pay for health care for illegal aliens, and Kamala Harris raised her hand, and frankly, so did Joe Biden.
And we're seeing that. We're seeing that in California under Governor Newsom. We're seeing that all over the country with this administration. The Biden-Harris administration puts these illegals before the American people.
Absolutely, yeah. And like I said, I think what you guys are doing is so important. I'm on Twitch at LCTRfan. I think RSBN should get on Twitch someday, but you guys might get thrown off because it's a super woke platform.
So you know that's not, what's not is Truth Social.
Truth Social. Are you guys, do they have video live streaming on Truth Social?
I'll have to check that out, but RSBN is on Truth Social. That's President Trump's platform. They do have a new TV live streaming service that they just rolled out, so make sure you watch that as well. But Truth Social, it's rocking. You need to make sure you get on there.
I'm on Truth Social, LCTRfan, LCTRfan. It's LCTRfan because I like lectures. I like college lectures. I'm a lawyer, so you know what's great about being a lawyer too is I can say as a lawyer that our university systems are straight up indoctrination camps. I'm just lucky that I made it through the indoctrination camps, coming out even more conservative. And I remember in law school reading those Supreme Court cases and finally truly understanding a deep meaning of constitutionalism. And what's sad is how our Constitution has been destroyed over time by our Supreme Court. We finally have a good Supreme Court right now. Thank you to President Donald Trump.
Absolutely. Thank goodness. And the left hates it because he put in these great Supreme Court justices. As an attorney, watching all of these lawsuits against President Trump and these accusations after accusations against him, what are your thoughts on that, from a legal perspective?
So I'm a true believer in America's judiciary and an independent and strong judiciary. That's in our Constitution for a reason. And so it really, really bugs me to see our system abused like that, and it's being abused. And what's really dangerous about it is if we had a good court system and a good prosecution system, then you would have the public that would respect the courts and respect the rule of law. What the Democrats are doing, the Democrats are fundamentally destroying the foundations of our society and the foundations of public respect and public confidence in the rule of law and in our court systems. And that's a very, very dangerous thing. And if Donald Trump doesn't win this election, God forbid, if Tim Sheehy doesn't win, if the Republicans don't win, they are going to engage in a full-out attack on the Supreme Court and on the rule of law. And I don't know if we can come back from it if we don't win this election.
You're absolutely right. What kind of law and order will we have in this country if Donald Trump does not win? They are going to get rid of everything. And he says this all the time. He says, they're not coming after me, they're coming after you, I'm just standing in the way. We are all in danger. Every single one of us, you, me, everyone here, they're coming after us.
Oh yeah, and that's why I respect you and everybody else in conservative media, because we're putting our personal well-being on the line. We really are. Because these Democrats, a lot of them are sick, and a lot of them would really like to do us harm. And they would like to see us lose our jobs. They want to see us get audited by the IRS. A lot of them said if you didn't get the vaccine, you shouldn't even get medical treatment. That is disgusting. That's evil.
And they call us weird.
Right, and we're the weird ones.
We're the weird ones. Okay.
It's insane. Look around. This is not weird. This is awesome.
It's awesome. It's a bunch of patriots, American patriots who love our country. We have common sense. We love our Lord. We love our freedoms. We love our family, faith, freedom, family, country. We love it, and we just want it saved. And you're fighting hard for that, too. We appreciate that with you. How can people follow you?
So I'm LCTRfan, LCTRfan, LCTRfan. It's a weird name, but I'm live on Twitch doing politics streams on Twitch. I tweet all the time. I'm a fifth-generation Montanan. If you want the conservative Montana perspective from an attorney, I'm the guy.
There you go. Follow him. He knows his stuff. Fighting for Montana, fighting for the country. So good to see you. Thanks for stopping by, and thanks for watching RSBN, too.
Thank you so much. Go RSBN, Trump 2024.
Yes, absolutely. Good to see you. Thank you so much. Good talking to some of these people from Montana as we get ready for President Donald Trump. Running a little behind tonight, but that's okay. He did have some technical problems on his plane earlier, so he had to make an emergency landing in Billings, Montana, but he is on his way. He's